Good morning. Which knob is mine for headphones? Oof. Good morning, dorks. We got some fun in store for you today. Hi.
Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? Everyone feeling good? Chicken Nugget Juan is in the chat. Oh, there's a question for Carla Marie. Did you buy anything at Sephora on sale?
Shoot. I have a gift card. It ends today, right?
Wasn't that your What's Trending?
Yeah, and I meant to do it this weekend. I even posted about it again this weekend and was literally on the Sephora website this morning trying to book a makeup appointment.
I'm sure you definitely need more makeup, though.
No, I don't need makeup. I do need... Actually, I am running... My brain is broken because I was like, damn, I'm running out of my NARS concealer.
NARS?
NARS.
N-A-R-S.
Yes.
Jolly
ends
Russian
today,
Buddhist is in here.
right?
Good morning, Justin. That's my brother, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay, so it was just for VIP people over the weekend. The regular sale, kind of starts today, so I am good.
Are you VIP?
Yes. Everyone that has an account is VIP.
Oh.
You're
So
a
all
makeup
of us-
insider, if you will.
All of us normies are not VIP?
Well, if you don't have an account. So I have to get NARS concealer. I think I'm going to get, even though I have some sprays that keep your makeup on, the one that they used on my face at my niece's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could have gone 3 days with that makeup on.
Sure.
So, and it's amazing. We have a Sephora in Ballard, which is so cool.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
after I go to LA Fitness in Ballard, I'm going to stroll over. Might get some Rare Beauty. All the kids these days, all the rage is the Rare Beauty blush. The liquid blush.
What's Rare? Or is that just the
Selena
brand?
Gomez company.
Oh.
Rare.
They were playing a Selena Gomez song, because I didn't wear my headphones at the gym yesterday, or 2 days ago. They were playing a Selena Gomez song. Tell you what.
Is it I'll be single soon?
No.
Oh, I love that.
It was one of the older ones.
Oh.
She's got a couple bops, but I think she just has her songs are too
10,
slow usually.
We have
9,
those.
8,
Those were mine.
7,
Can you-
6,
no.
5, 4,
Give me some.
3, 2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie. Give me a sip.
What?
Because that's annoying.
What?
Because Alani sent those little cans to me, and you drank all of them.
I did not drink all of them.
Give me a sip.
I was out there selling some on the street. I was flipping them, trying to make a buck,
Now.
Not for individual resale.
I'm going to go over there and take it.
I put one in the fridge for you.
No, I want that one.
You want this one? I put one in the fridge for you.
How many we got left?
2 here and 1 in the fridge.
What do you mean?
What? They've been on display.
I'm thirsty for one.
So go get one from the fridge. I had this one in the freezer for a couple minutes for myself,
Wow. And there was no thought to be like, hey, would you like one of these?
You had your water.
This is when I say, like, I ask you all the time when I'm doing anything if you also want that.
Mm-hmm.
You're so inconsiderate.
Okay. Anyway, there is a lot on the list
But
today. We do have a Seattle movie night going down tomorrow. The last day to sign up and use the link that we have is today. So if you're in the Seattle area, if you're in Covington, Tacoma, wherever, and you want to come hang out, it's downtown Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good time. Carla Marie claims there is free popcorn and soda. Small versions of each one.
Small.
Which means I need to control myself and not eat all of the popcorn before the movie starts.
Okay, I'm dropping the link to sign up.
Would you look at that, Carla Marie?
Jordan.
We have an angel in this building.
Jordan, I love you. Thank you.
Jordan, you're my angel.
Not only does
You're
she
my
deliver shots, she delivers.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No. So Alani reached out to me because I'm such a cute fit girl.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, cute fit girl, do you want to try some of our cute fit girl snacks?
Do you remember?
And wait, so they came out with their energy drinks instead of a 200 milligram caffeine can.
Yeah.
It's 100.
Which is really just half the size.
But it's great because
Yeah.
I don't need that whole can.
Yeah.
And we don't have any more of those because you ate the last bag yesterday.
Yes.
But gummy snacks.
Okay, but that gummy was there for like 3 weeks and you didn't eat it, so now it's mine.
They're so good. It's like
Like Sour Patch Kids,
Yeah.
kind of.
even better.
Like the sour watermelons.
And they're, it was like 110 calories.
They're also not paying a single dime,
not a
but
dime.
they did send us some stuff, which was nice. So I'd never had an Alani drink before they sent these cans, and I will say this juicy peach flavor,
It's the good one.
it's very, very good.
So I hear like
It's a little addictive.
The Bomb Pop one people want to come back.
Yeah, but the Bomb Pop, I feel like every single energy company makes a Bomb Pop. It's
They don't
called like
anymore.
Freedom Ice or Bomb Pop or Summer Popsicle.
Well,
There was C4, which is another. It's like probably, along with NO Explode, probably the first energy companies out there that really like blew up back in, I'd say, the early 2000s. And C4 will normally do collaborations with really well-known like candies and brands for flavors, right? They've had Starburst flavors, the pink and the red. They've had Skittles flavors. I tried one recently, and it was, the classic popsicle flavor.
yeah.
And they had it was like cherry, which should have been good. The popsicle flavors were terrible.
Well, you know what? I saw Becky in Miami said Cosmic Stardust. That's a good one from Alani. Listen, I'm just trying to be like Whitney Simmons.
I was gonna say I saw they actually have a flavor with one of that girl, Whitney Simmons.
You sent me a text and said, "Isn't this your girl?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah."
That's
I use
who
her
makes
app.
her workouts, right?
I use the Whitney Simmons Alive app. Tell I'm getting so strong just to not work
You
out
are-
for 3 months.
You are getting strong. I give you a lot of credit. You're putting some time in the gym. You're doing all like the power moves, deadlifts and sumo squats and all the other things.
I use 30s for Arnold's. What are they called?
That's actually really good.
I know.
Like a 30 in each hand.
Mhm.
So an Arnold press
Press. I
is
couldn't get the word out.
normally you sit down and your palms are facing your shoulders. You have dumbbells in each hand, and then as you press up, you rotate, and your palms now face out, and then you come back down.
Yeah.
And the whole point is you want to get like down here, with
Maybe I
them.
wasn't going that
Almost like right above the nips.
And then I did a bench push up where you put the weights together though.
The hex
35s.
press, also called a hex press. That's a pretty good one
All
too.
the guys around me were like, "Wow, this girl's
She's strong.
doing a lot."
She's a strong one.
That didn't
So congratulations to you, Carla Marie. All right, so we got Seattle movie night. The link Carla Marie had just put in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, just email us because I don't know when you're going to be watching and if that link is going to be live by then. Mystery box reveal. Where's the mystery box?
on the floor.
Oh, it's right here. So Carla Marie, explain this thing here.
So it's from a company called FunDelivered. Their Instagram is FunDelivered to you. And basically, they take unclaimed mail. Fred, the mailman, you might love this. They take unclaimed mail and they basically
And they claim it.
package it up and send it out as mystery boxes. It's the best business idea. I love that this stuff just doesn't get tossed out into a landfill. Like they actually send it to people as like you can order it as a gift for someone in your life.
But How long does mail have to be unclaimed for
I
it to
don't-
end up in this situation?
I don't know. I would love to actually get them on. It's two women that.
Because I
that
got some
run
people we could probably send, some unclaimed people.
This. What?
That should actually be a good one. If you took, because there's always people complaining on social media like, oh, I can't find anyone, blah, blah, blah. You should be able to ship your single friends out on dates.
Okay, so Seattle Cocktail Club said I was going to do this for Christmas this year. So I have no idea what's in this box.
All right, so here's what we'll do. Let's run through the list,
Okay.
explain everything that's going on, and then we'll jump into the box.
Okay, and you can go on.
What's in the box?
You can go to their. What's there?
Doesn't say.
You can go to their.
Oh, was the logo on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go to not that side though. Like don't let it look like there's just a random looks cute.
So cute. So cute.
Anyway, you can go online to their store and order yourself a mystery
Fun.
box. There's different sizes. We obviously
You
have a
have
large
the
one.
massive one. So we have no idea what could there be like $1 million in there? Like what?
It
what
could
do we
be
got?
underwear. It could be a box of Victoria's Secret underwear.
That'd be cool. Worn or not worn?
If it's worn, I'm just posting it all.
Okay. I need to move my drinks out of the way so that we could do that.
Fred the mailman
Yes.
said 10 days, and I return to sender if it can be returned. If it was sent bulk, we just kill it. What do you mean kill it? Send it to me.
I wonder. Well,
I would
and
flip.
I don't
If I was
know-
a mailman, I would be flipping so many things.
I was gonna say I don't know if there are protocols or regulations in place to keep that from happening, but I'd imagine even if it may be against the rules, and I don't want Fred to admit this, so
Sure.
keep it out of the chat. I guarantee you there are some mail deliverers who maybe pocket a couple things. Obviously, after they're not claimed. I'm not saying they would pocket it on the way to your house.
Okay.
But if it's unclaimed, right in the pocket there. Next thing on the list, we are going to get into geriatric gymnastics, the update, because Carla Marie did that yesterday. I also realized that yesterday on the sheet or on the screen, I had gymnastics spelt all wrong.
Oh, I didn't even know.
There were like 3 extra letters in there. If you want to go check yesterday's YouTube, you can go check that out. Wholesome Nightclub, we're finally going to get into that today. Robot Circus, and we do have to talk about this group trip, group vacation survey.
There's a lot to do today.
Exactly. So, first things first, Carla Marie,
Are we boxing it?
let's do it. Here's your box. Can I trust you with the box cutter?
Okay, to make my life easier, if I decide to clip this for Instagram.
Yes.
So FunDelivered sent us this box,
Okay.
and I'm gonna unbox it.
What do we
It's a
got?
mystery box. It says somebody's unclaimed
Careful, it's open already.
gifts. Should I open it like they do on Instagram?
Whoa. Just tap the wall. There you go. I don't know what happened there.
Like how they do on Instagram, and they go.
You gotta go like this. Okay.
What?
I don't know why that's happening. Just
It's my presents.
it might be here. Give me that.
Oh, they sent us so many
Let
things.
me hold on. Okay.
Wait, they sent us boxes and boxes.
Okay. So what do we got?
Oh my God, wait.
Wow, there's a lot in here.
We can't do this now. They sent us all of the things.
Okay, so what do we got in here?
Wait.
Nice to
Cupshe.
meet you, IRL. This is from Cupshe.
Wait, I think I know this company.
Cupshe.
Hold on. Stop. We can do our own like they do on the stream and it's on their Instagram, and they throw something in the box, and whatever it lands on, that's what you open.
Okay, so how do we?
Should we do it like not all at once? We should do one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We shouldn't undo all of these today.
Why not? Let's do. How many should we do?
It would be a whole stream in and of itself.
Okay, you do 2 and I'll do 2.
I think Cupshe's a bathing suit.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Wait, it definitely.
There's a lot in here. So you don't even know what size you get
size
though, right?
medium.
Okay, is that good for you or?
Wow, this is what a steal! This is great.
Cupshe.
Yeah.
So is that your size though?
Oh, Cupshe is the brand that I get from Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite bathing suit, Cupshe. Sorry, person.
Are you a medium?
Yeah.
Oh, that's. Now, can you do that by size? Can you like order stuff from?
I honestly do not know. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna have to do like 2 of these a day.
Let's see, wholesale without the.
Isn't this so fun?
I don't know. Oh, here we go. Download the whole app. So this is from the whole app.
No, Nick said so. Nothing for dudes, just female stuff.
Well,
we
we
literally
don't-
opened one
we don't
thing,
know
bro.
yet. We don't know
Relax.
yet.
That's shoes.
This has a lot of Asian writing on it. I don't know what language that would be. It's also in terrible shape.
It looks like shoes.
Oh yeah, these are
shoes.
Size
38.
6. Yeah, but 6.5 in America. If you want some shoes and you're a size 6.5,
Those are cool.
I feel like they'd fit you. What's your shoe size?
Well, the men 6.5.
Yeah. So what is that in women's? 100.
You got to go 2 down, up, obviously.
Okay.
Well, these won't fit me, but
They
maybe they'll
definitely
fit
will
some
not
of
fit
you
me. I'm an 11. These are nice though. Okay, what else do we got, Carla Marie?
Yeah, Nick. You know what? You spoke too soon.
Men's shoes. They're for small men, but
All right.
men's shoes.
Let me go to the bottom.
Ooh, this one's got protectors on the corner. Hey, that means you know it's good.
Oh, it's pink. Let's go pink.
Okay, let's.
No, I feel bad though. People didn't get their stuff.
Yeah, it was their choice. You know, maybe they died.
Oh, I don't want that juju.
This looks like it was packed by a very flamboyant drug dealer.
I don't know if this is the thing.
They were like, I want to pack my drugs, but I want to do it in pink and orange.
Oh, wait. This might be one of those. Yeah. Perfect.
What do we got? Let's see. Amanda B, I think it was, on Twitch, Carla Marie said, I'm loving this, but I missed where the box came from.
FunDelivered is the name of the company. Their Instagram is FunDelivered to you. Have fun. You're going to scroll for hours watching them unbox things.
I realized the chat has not been popped out on my screen yet. There we
Wait,
go.
so this means that they didn't even open this stuff. They don't even know what's
Yeah,
in
they
it.
just take the boxes and sell them. How much do you know how much this box is, Carla Marie?
Don't, unfortunately.
Oh, what do we got? A spacesuit?
I think it's one of those things for your car.
No, is that what?
Wait.
What is that?
Yeah,
Well, it has like insulation behind it.
there's 2 pieces. Hold on.
Does anyone know what these are?
Right? I think it got like damaged maybe, but
Anyone? Looks like a sunblocker for your car, window
wait.
screen.
Wait. Oh, you know what? This would actually be good to keep out some of the cold in the house. I don't.
You're doing real well.
Does anyone around here know what to do with this?
All right, we are.
I think it goes on something.
It could go under a door, maybe.
Oh, yeah, but what was
But why is it so long?
Like, yeah, it could go on either side of it.
Yeah, something doesn't seem right. I agree with Rebecca in Jacksonville.
All right. Maybe someone else around here. I'm sure they could use it for some.
Yeah, but there's no package invoice or anything, right?
No, but no, like it. No,
They do black out the original
Yeah.
address, which is good.
I'm sure Seattle Cocktail Club can use it to build some sort of spaceship.
Okay,
This
let me
is the
see
best
what's
day
in-
of my life.
Let me see what's in this box. This is
Opening
gonna be-
boxes that you don't know what's in them. So fun.
This one I feel like is going to be valuable because you don't really protect the corners on boxes that aren't valuable, right?
I can't believe I got a bathing suit from my face. I hope it still fits
Why wouldn't it still fit?
when my boobs come out.
Oh, just throw some stuff in there, like some padding, you know.
Yeah, then I'll jump in the water.
Okay, here we go. So all the corners are off.
This is truly like Christmas, but you don't have to pretend you like the gift.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you just say this is weird. Like whatever the spacesuit thing you got. Okay.
Martha
one.
said, "Did this get sent to you, or did you buy this?" So FunDelivered sent
Ooh.
it because they saw that I was following them on Instagram.
What do we got here?
And they wanted to know if we wanted to give it a whirl.
Oh, I think it's a neon sign.
What does it say? We gotta hang it up.
I think it's a neon.
Does it say butts or
It's got
something?
It's got a wire.
Can we like? Give me.
Oh no, I need it.
Oh.
I need it. There we go. Okay, we got a packaged very well.
All right, we will save the rest of this stuff for another time.
We could do like 2 of them on Thursday, maybe. Oh, we have guests coming in on Thursday, which we have to talk about as well. Oh my God. All right. I got too much stuff here. Whoa. Oh, it's got a little stand. Is it a 15?
A 5? 51?
It's definitely, it's a neon sign.
I wonder if it was like for someone's 15th or 51st birthday.
For one, and if maybe it was for a quinceañera.
Well, I'd be pissed. Someone definitely threw a fit if it was for their quinceañera, because I would have. Oh, these are the stands. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Why is this package so...
I would rather do this for Christmas for my family than buy them actually.
This is actually, how much, did you find out how much this box was? I feel like they gave us a big
Scotty
box.
said $99.
Okay. Not a bad gift, though.
Honestly, like the bathing suit alone is $30.
And honestly, it's fun.
Instead of like a grab bag, if you did this.
I was just going to say, instead of a white elephant, what could be fun is everyone, you find like I'm sure they have other size boxes, right? You find whatever budget fits your group, and everyone has to pay for one box.
$10 or something.
And you just go through. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry this is taking so long.
All right, well, we can see it. Just hold it up. 1-5.
I
I wish those numbers meant anything to us.
Well, we're number 1.
1, yeah. We're going to hang up the 1 somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, it's a really like high quality.
Yeah, those are really nice, actually.
It's like a hard plastic that holds them all together. I wonder if Seattle Cocktail Club can use one of these.
Gabby said the mail mix box is $74.99. Martha said, if you get my 3-tiered shelf, let me know. It got lost in the mail months ago. And Heather on Long Island said she's missing some sconces. What the heck?
What?
Were like the things? Did you guys order from the same place? Aren't sconces?
Wayfair?
Save 5 for your 5-year anniversary next year.
Okay, here we go. So this is cool.
Oh, I could send that to Adriana and tell her it's a late birthday gift.
You snap it in, I guess.
Amazon.
Somewhere. There we go. And now it stands on its own.
Oh, that's backwards.
Now it stands on its own.
Well, that is actually really cool.
And it's USB powered.
Wow. Plug her in. We're going to blow up the whole system. We got USBs on this thing?
Under the desk we do, yeah. There we go. And there's the 5. So if anyone has a 5-year-old celebrating a birthday anytime soon, let us know.
We can sell this to you.
Yeah. $51. There we go.
Oh, 15 years broadcast.
What?
Do you know?
No.
Wait, Lenny. Do you know what this year is?
Is it your 15th year since joining
It's
Elvis'
15
show?
years since we met. 2009. Really? We don't know when in 2009, but we know we met in 2009.
Look at that. Oh, and it comes. Oh, you can even hang it too. It's got the hanging chains. It's cool. Yeah, this was definitely for someone's quinceañera. 100%. Howdy Swan said, it's a sign, literally.
Oh!
Look at that. You got to get it closer to me, Carla Marie. It's pretty good. And does it have different settings, like if you press the button again?
This is bordering the best day of my life.
It does. I bet you if you press it, oh no, it just turns on and off. Okay.
Can't complain.
Still pretty good, though. Amy, would you like these?
No, don't give her them.
Wow. She gave us a whole office.
You can have a 5.
Would you like a 1 and a 5 or a 5 and a 1, depending on which way you want to put them? Oh, Pierre's going to love this room.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I think it'd be great for you guys to use on like a spacesuit cocktail event.
I was driving in and listening, and I'm like, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Here you go.
So there you go.
Figure it out.
I don't think it's a silver fast suit. All right. So we still have how many? We're not going to go through them. How many boxes are still in there?
Ballpark it.
Yeah, ballpark it here. 7? Jeez, there's still 7 more things.
And that took 47 minutes.
And
All right.
look at this.
All right, let's
Look at how cool this is.
Oh, unplug it. It's by yours.
I'll just leave it there
15 years ago we met.
Allegedly.
In 2009.
When did you start? In the spring?
May of 2009, I started as JJ's intern.
I
had
guess
to
I
be there by
would have
like,
at least run into you at some point as JJ's.
but then I started with Elvis in September of 2009.
So either way, 15 years.
That's what I'm saying.
It's cray. So that is the mystery box. Give people the information one more time, Carla Marie.
It's called FunDelivered, and their website. I'll put it in there. But yeah, they're great. Their Instagram is just fun to follow too. I don't know if there's a way to say like it's for a kid. Because obviously they didn't open any of this.
They don't know what's in there.
But some of their stuff, you may be able to choose because they do unboxing videos, so they obviously know. They also do fun giveaways too. Like whatever we open in here, we're giving away.
And I bet you, based on some of the packaging,
they can tell.
They would also know, right? If it was delivered from a specific retailer that only deals with kids' toys, for example.
Oh, those are pipe insulators. Those silver things.
Oh. Well, do we need some pipes that need insulation?
Yeah, a few years ago I did when my pipe burst in my house.
All right, you know what we're going to do? We still have a lot to get to. We have geriatric gymnastics, the update, because Carla Marie did that yesterday. The Wholesome Nightclub we're finally going to get into. I can't speak today. Robot Circus and the group trip survey.
We need your support.
So we're going to do all of that, but first we're going to take a quick break. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel, what you should get is the words on stream game, but we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Damn, good job, everybody. That might be the fastest one yet. It says, attention, there's a fake letter.
What?
Since when do we get fake letters?
Because this is level 7.
So I guess the H is the fake letter because it's not in any of these words.
Well, now it's red, the H. So. I could go for some rice pilaf right now.
Unplugged. All right, still 3 stars. Couple missing words there, but well done, everybody. All right. It's now time
So is
to
it
come
getting
back.
harder? Because
What
that
was
was
that?
level 7.
It might have been getting harder. What are you doing? You're right there.
I have arrived.
All right. So we did the Seattle movie night. We talked about that. If you're just joining us, if you got in late today, all good. We are going to be hosting a movie night tomorrow here in Seattle. If you want to hang with us, Carla Marie, if you have the link, you want to put it back in the chat real quick. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just email us, hello@carlamarieandanthony.com, because by the time you watch this on YouTube, the link might be closed. So that is going to go down tomorrow. Carla Marie claims there will be free popcorn and soda.
Smalls.
And
Which
if
is
there,
also
if there
big.
isn't, guess who's buying?
The smalls are big.
Yeah, but they're not big like the large.
They're more than enough for one person.
They probably are. Listen, if I didn't have 35 minutes of previews to sit through, I wouldn't need as much popcorn.
No, but there's no previews at screenings normally.
Sometimes there's like 1 or 2 based on the movie company that's putting that screening together.
Which honestly is my favorite part.
Yeah. Because you see the best part of every movie, and then you can sound knowledgeable when people are like, oh, did you see blah, blah, blah? You say, oh, I didn't. A long time ago, I don't remember it. And then you just name like 1 or 2 scenes from the preview. And then everyone thinks you're a movie buff.
Okay.
That's how that works. Also, we did the mystery box reveal. We still got 7 packages to go through. But we figured out what the silver thing was from earlier.
Pipe insulators.
Yeah. So thank you. I think that came through the chat, right? I think someone in the chat said that.
Amy said it in the chat and then showed us.
Oh, got it. Okay. Geriatric gymnastics, the update. Carla Marie,
Yes.
explain what went down yesterday.
Yesterday, my friend Tatum and I went to Pacific Rain, REIGN. It's a huge gymnastics gym, but they have adult gymnastics.
Was it
I'm gonna-
normally for kids during the day? Or like
Well, just people-
competitive
yes.
gymnastics or
Yeah,
something?
all,
Okay.
all the things, all levels. And my friend Tatum and I went, and at first we were the only 2 people sitting, like waiting for class to start, and we're like, oh man, this is going to be so bad.
So this is organized. It's not like an open gym where you can just go.
No, because that's how you hurt yourself.
Oh,
We had so then this woman sits next to us, and we start talking to her, and her name is Lexi. She's in the freaking Navy.
oh, cool.
She used to be a competitive gymnast, hasn't done gymnastics in 12 years, is leaving on a ship this week, and was like, yeah, I moved here 4 years ago during COVID. Never really got to like meet people or do things, so I decided to do it now. We're like 3 days before you go on a ship. But that was
She has to get all
badass.
that movement out of
Yeah.
her before she's on a cramped ship.
So that was cool. Then we had Ingrid, who used to compete in Norway.
Oh, wow. Was she good?
Yeah. And then we had some other people that come every week.
Okay.
One of them is actually training on the geriatric gymnastics team. It's not called geriatric. It's adult gymnastics competition team.
Where
So,
do they compete? Like within that facility?
I don't know if it's against other adult gymnasts. There's probably competitions, but smaller ones.
Okay.
Tatum had 0 gymnastics experience in her life. I had 2 years of gymnastics like training, and then obviously like cheerleading, whatever. If you remember Cartwheel Carla, that's when I fell doing a cartwheel at my high school pep rally. So
Which you're wearing your
Well-
North Arlington Vikings captain sweatshirt. You just whack the microphone with your chair.
because she's back, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Explain.
So we got to do like different stations on the floor. Floor is like where you would do your tumbling.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's several types of gymnastics, right? So we practiced on the floor for like 45 minutes. I did some forward rolls.
Okay.
I did
Now they're
cartwheels.
teaching you how to do this?
Well, there's like stations. So there's like a wedge and you can roll and how to like pop up out of it.
Okay.
Then there was a station to practice handstands
Okay.
and like your pike move if you were to do like certain flips. Then I got to jump over things and roll.
Okay.
And then I got to go on the bouncy board.
The springboard?
Yeah, and fly
The
back.
vault?
Yeah. So that was fun.
Wait, why are you flying backwards off of the vault?
No, sorry, not the vault. There's like a springboard to help you with height.
Okay.
And then eventually you do it just from the floor.
Okay, got it.
So that was just to practice doing those.
Doing what?
Like if you were doing that in the air,
Where-
in the
where'd
middle
you
of
land?
a flip onto mat.
Okay.
On high mat.
Okay.
Like a puffy thing. Then, what I've always wanted to do. So when I was hosting at UW Gymnastics, I was stationed right next to the bars. And I'm watching these women flip around these freaking bars like this, better than I walked down the street. More graceful.
The uneven bars?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I hope we get to use the bars today. I just want to dip my hands in chalk.
Okay.
And sure enough, they're like, okay, and we're going to go to bars. And I was like, yes, I love bars. But I did make a joke. I was like, I love the bar. And they were like, I see what you did there. They loved it. We had 3 coaches, by the way.
So that was your second discipline, right? You did the floor,
Yes.
and then you do the
Bars.
bars, uneven bars.
Oh, my God.
Why?
It is so hard.
Yes.
So hard. Like, you think, oh, I could do a little swing. No. So, dipped in my chalk. I said,
Okay.
do we need to use the chalk? They said, not really. I said, just wanted to use it. Oh my God, you have to get yourself up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have you, first you start like this, okay? They put
What do
a
you mean?
little,
What do
a
you mean you
mat.
start like-
They put a mat so that you're like almost level with the bar.
Okay.
And they have you go on the bar and stand on the mat and put yourself in a push-up position on the
Okay.
bar.
On
right?
the top bar or the lower one?
Lower. We
Okay.
didn't go to the top one.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. You have to jump to it from the other bar.
Yeah.
And then they had us like move up to like where you're gonna do. So you're far away, and then you have to lift yourself, right? And then they're like, okay, now practice like bouncing off of it. And I went, what?
Yeah, you have to like pelvic thrust into
Yes,
it, right? Yeah.
but it's not. It's actually all in your shoulders. It's not in your legs. I'm like, you want me to move my shoulders right now? I like fell that time. But then I went to do the one where you pull yourself up and you flip around, and I got it once.
Nice.
Tatum was
flipped,
so good
you
at
flipped
that.
over the lower bar, front flip
Well,
over
there
it,
was
like you
a
rolled over?
different bar to practice. But yeah, kind of. And I like rolled out of it.
Okay,
And then
so,
they let us jump in the foam pit.
and that was it. That was
That's
everything.
how class ended. It was like an hour and a half.
So you got to do 2 disciplines. You got to do the floor and
bars.
the uneven bars.
Yes.
Were there other people on other apparatus?
Not when we were there because it was late because the kids are all sleeping by then.
But there's no like pommel horse,
There-
rings.
Yeah, I went on the pommel horse to jump into the foam pit.
Okay.
Rings are there. There's a like a ninja warrior thing. There's a
Oh,
parkour
cool.
class you could take as a kid.
Mhm.
I was like, when do we get to go over there? It's huge. I guess it used to be an indoor soccer gym
So where was it?
in Everett. It's literally
Oh.
or Woodinville. It's right by Dr. A,
Okay.
where we go to the doctor.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was very scared though. I would say a lot of like, I'm gonna hurt myself,
Yeah.
and not because I was doing anything stupid, but because I'm upside down flipping around. Like I'm not used to this anymore.
I wonder how they deal with that because I have to imagine every now and then someone hurts themselves, and not even in a very dangerous way, but just like pulling a muscle or
Yeah.
cramping or something. Because as you get older, your body just doesn't do those things.
Well, and it's also once you're upside down,
yeah,
you have no spatial like that's so much of gymnastics is learning your body almost in reverse
Yeah.
because it is so hard. And they'd be like, tuck your head, and you're like, what? Which way? I'm upside down. So there was a lot of that. Martha said, "Are you so sore?" I am, but not as sore as I thought I would be. Tatum
Okay.
said her wrists are killing her today
interesting.
because there is a lot of wrist work. But
I wonder if doing some weighted exercises recently for you has kind of helped.
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Am I stronger now than I was in high school? Because in high school, I was lifting humans above my head.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really training. Where like now I've been training.
There's-
I do cardio.
But there's different types of strength, right? Like gymnastic strength or cheerleading strength is very different than just powerlifting strength.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think that if I went enough, I might be able to get my round off back handspring, which I never fully like.
Go for it.
Like I kind of got it.
Go for it. Why not?
It would be such a fun party trick, right?
To just do a back handspring? Yeah, I don't see why not. Try it out. Keep going.
Anyway,
Why don't you go once a week?
Lexi, who's in the Navy, was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't done this in 12 years. That bitch was flipping around the gym.
Well, you said she was a gymnast, right? And how was the Nordic
She was
gymnast?
great. She was asking questions like, what do you call this in America when you flip this way, blah, 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 whatever. And I guess the wording's different.
I'm sure.
But
yeah.
how did they go to the Olympics?
I'm sure there's probably standardized like Olympic terms, maybe.
I had so many more questions for
But
all
also-
the people in the class, but I was focused on doing my job.
Was she asking for translations?
No, like she spoke English, but she
But
was
I'm
like,
saying, was she asking for the like she may have learned the terms. Where was she from?
maybe,
Norway?
Maybe.
In Norwegian,
It's- yeah.
right? And
Scandinavian.
well, if you're from Norway, you're Norwegian. If
But
you're
what is the language?
oh, I don't know. I'm assuming it's different.
Scandinavian.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's different based on whatever Nordic country you're in, right? Like, because you can speak Icelandic,
Danish.
you can speak Danish, you can
True,
speak
true.
Finnish. If anyone has some insight into that topic, feel free to drop it into the chat.
In Norway, the language is Norwegian. All right, relax. Maybe she spoke
Thank you.
Scandinavian.
Let's see. People in the Navy work out a lot, especially during boat time
was
when they
ripped.
have boat time, which is 5 to 6 months from what I hear.
She was ripped.
I'm sure.
So yeah, Tatum and I think we're gonna go back a few more times. Obviously, after I get the boobs out, I will not be doing that for a very long time.
Sure.
So
So you may as well go like every week from now until then.
all right, slow your roll.
You got like what 8 full weeks until they come out.
Less than that.
I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah, because today is the 9th of April.
Oh, okay. I'm on day 920 of learning Norwegian on Duolingo, says
Can
DJ
you
Sin.
speak it though? That's the thing.
I'm sure there's probably a couple words. You
I
understand?
sure hope so.
All right. Next thing on the list, and talking about adult activities, because
Anyway.
you did adult gymnastics.
I highly recommend going out of your comfort zone. Everyone that was there except Tatum and I came by themselves. So whether you have a friend
Yeah.
or not, like we had the best time. We were all cheering each other on. We were
I'm
like,
sure, yeah.
like, great job, Lexi. Like, good job, everyone. It was a lot of fun. And we were all just there to do something really out of everyone's comfort zone. And anytime you get a chance to do that, just do it. You're not going to regret it.
This thing came across my feed recently, and I guess it's a post here that at least went viral-ish here in Seattle, and it's a new nightclub kind of positioning themselves as a wholesome, dry nightclub. And there's this a TikTok video that's got like 15,000 views right now, and it's called Accord Seattle. And their whole idea is it's a Christian nightclub. And I guess a couple people late last year were trying to figure out New Year's Eve plans, but they didn't want to go to a big club that was going to charge them a lot of money for like unlimited drinks because they didn't want to drink. And they felt like maybe today's music in the nightclub scene is a little too ratchet.
Bongos?
So they wanted a nice, dry, wholesome nightclub. And I get it because sometimes when you do want to go out, maybe that music scene, right? Maybe like club music, maybe listening to like some of the things they say in some of these
So you're
songs
telling
isn't your
me
thing.
I'm going to go to a club and not hear from the window?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no ski.
I mean, there might be ski.
Maybe.
Ow.
But my thing is, I kind of want to go, and it doesn't seem like they have a dedicated location yet.
But what are they playing?
So this is my problem: is it seems like they're playing upbeat gospel music,
Nah.
so like
What
Christian
do you
club music. I don't really know, but I want to go check it out. I think
Okay, report back.
April 26th is their next event.
I can't do it that day.
Doors at 8:00. Accord. It's like in Belltown, around here in Seattle.
Accord is the place?
Accord Seattle is the
You
name
just said
of the
there's no-
club.
Oh, but it travels.
Right now, it seems like they've only done 2 or 3 events in this
So,
location on Western.
I've been to
Seems like it's very new.
I went to something a few years ago, probably 2018,
Mm-hmm.
called Daybreak.
Okay.
And that's where I actually met Andre, who I work with at Seahawks, but didn't even make the connection until like day 2 of working with him, that he was the DJ and MC
Oh, that's cool.
at that event. And it starts at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, but that's a morning thing. Yeah.
and
right?
you wear like fun clothes. Like I wore all white and like angel wings. I had no idea what I was getting into.
Okay.
And they play,
You were all white and angel wings. You should have gone to the Christian nightclub.
but there's like breakfast snacks, no alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And the music, I don't remember what it was. It was like probably just some beats, lo-fi beats.
Yeah.
And then I think it picked up a little bit. It was cool. It's just not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not something that I
I used to get emails for Daybreak all the time, but the problem is it's usually during the week. And it's in the morning.
A
So
lot of it is like pre-work,
Yeah.
which is fun, I'm sure, for some people.
I wasn't able to go all the times they emailed me.
They do it in New York too, I think.
I think it's a national company now. But this is interesting. They have they have 40 followers on TikTok. So the fact that they got 15,000 views on their video.
But what happens?
It's pretty
this
impressive.
video is saying,
Here, let me
we're a Christian nightclub.
Yeah, they did one of those, like Elvis's show just did it recently. It's the
Of course. The of course videos.
yeah, we're blah blah
never did
blah. Of course we so and so.
Yeah.
Is the
We're podcasters. Of course we tell you to hit subscribe.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. How about that? We'll copy that.
I think we need to start doing the trends. We don't do trend videos.
Oh, hold on. How do I pause this? Stop it. Okay.
I want to do the boxing one.
All right, let me see if I can get this on screen real quick. What's this? Here we go. TikTok, there we go. Put that on the screen. Bam. Okay. And it should, let's see. Turn on the desktop audio. Let me know if you guys hear this once it starts playing. Turn that up.
Of course we play clean.
Why it wasn't playing like that before? That's weird.
Hit refresh, maybe? Why is he telling
We're
me?
a Christian nightclub.
Why would that
Of course we play clean.
Oh.
Clear. Of course we got fearing.
Okay.
We a Christian nightclub. Of course our club is a vibe. We're a Christian nightclub. Of course we're good people.
Okay, so that was the whole idea. That was a weird thing that happened with that audio, though. So
What?
I don't know what was going on there. That was not their
Robot
fault.
Christians, Martha said.
Just want to say that was not their fault.
Yeah,
It sounded
that's so
totally
random.
normal before we
Did
ran
they
into
say, of
this.
course, we serve food? I thought I heard
I think it
food.
said something about God. I think it said, of
Oh,
course
serve God,
we
baby.
maybe
I heard
serve
food.
God. Let's see.
We're a Christian nightclub.
Yeah,
Of course we
It said, of course we play clean music. Of course we stay with the drip.
Oh,
Of course
I heard
we're God
serve.
fearing.
I heard food.
Of course we serve dry cocktails. Of course our club is a vibe. And of course we're good people.
Listen, good for them. This
Yeah.
is awesome. I'm glad there's a space for people to do this.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I think I'd want to check it out one day.
I'd rather go to VU
Yeah.
dressed like not a Christian, and get the car.
What are you even
know how
trying
they-
to
they
say?
put-
Can you put together a sentence?
They put the shots on the little car.
Yes.
And the streamers. No.
So VU
sparklers.
is a nightclub in Belltown, probably not far from this
It's
one.
probably next door.
And when they obviously a lot of clubs now, if you've been to a club recently, you know they go above and beyond when they bring out the bottles to a table. It used to just be some sparklers,
Now they're like
maybe
mini,
some whistles.
mini toy like cars that a baby could sit in.
Yeah, so now they put one of the bottle girls
Oh, they put the girl in the car.
in the car, and then they carry her like she's a pharaoh
That's right.
to the table, and there's like horns. And in Vegas, they put the bottle girls in little fire trucks, and they
And they
can
shoot
and they
champagne
can-
in your face.
They can shoot water or champagne
Yeah.
from the fire truck.
I got some to the eye once.
Which, listen, at a pool party in Vegas, the more obnoxious, the more ridiculous, the better, because those things end up being so much fun.
So fun.
Um,
Damn, I love a good
at a smaller club like VU, it's a little bit obnoxious because there's not a lot of room to begin with.
No.
So they're like pushing people out of the way to get to the table.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
feel
and
like
I
in
don't love
Seattle
the nightclub.
in Vegas, it makes a little more sense.
I don't love the nightclub life. I will take a bar over a nightclub any day. So that's why I'm saying I'd rather go to a nightclub.
Maybe it's because you haven't been to a wholesome nightclub.
You can go and
Yeah.
you can report back.
I think I will.
Okay.
I want to go.
And then when you get to the door and they find out you're not Christian, they're going to kick you out.
I am Christian.
Oh, yeah. I
You're talking
guess.
I'm not
Okay,
Catholic.
Yeah, they would kick you out. If it was
Which-
a Catholic nightclub, you'd be banned.
When I went to my friend's wedding on Saturday,
Yeah.
it was in a Catholic church in Patterson, New Jersey. Beautiful. I mean, the structure itself was beautiful. And you walk in,
There's
and it's
waterfalls in Patterson.
It was right by there, actually. It was in the waterfall that was, not the Great Falls.
That sounds about
Is it
right.
called the Great Falls? The Patterson Falls? It's in that district. It wasn't far from there. It was downtown Patterson. And when you walk in, the church itself, like everything inside was massive and beautiful. I didn't expect them to do a whole like church service at the wedding, which meant they gave communion.
Yep.
If you're not familiar.
The wafer.
Yeah, the little cookie or cracker, whatever.
Jesus' body.
But again, this is the second time now in a year that I was at a church and they were getting ready to do communion and they do all the prayers and everything. And then the priest gets up and says at this wedding, he says, for those of you that would like to bless the couple or come up and bless the couple and receive communion, if you are a Catholic, and he said something that sounded like in good standing.
Like you go to confession, you go to church regularly, and you donate.
But there was some word he used. It wasn't in good standing, but that's basically what it meant. He said, if you're a Catholic and in good standing, feel free to come up and take communion. If you are not, and you'd still like to come up and bless the couple, you can. This is the craziest part, because you can walk up, but instead of taking communion, you have to put your hands in front of your chest. So I had to give myself like a scarlet letter.
You did not. You went up there?
Okay.
And then what do you do? Was the couple standing there waiting for you?
They're not facing anyone. They're facing the wall the whole time.
So you're not coming up to them?
No, it's like the
And then you
people,
go
there's
up
two
to-
lines of people receiving communion and they alternate, right? They merge, they zipper merge. And then there's the priest who's giving out the wafers.
So you just walked up to the priest and turned around?
Yes.
No, you did not.
Well,
Why did you stay in your...
So
Don't get me started on the church, because if you want everyone to come be apart and be together, whatever, then you make somebody walk around like this?
So here's my problem. I thought about sitting there. I was like, all right, well, I actually had just gone to church with my mom on a Friday for a Friday mass. Got my communion, my Syrian Orthodox communion the day before.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I got my communion for the week. I'm good to go. I don't need to go up for this one. But then he said, if you would like to bless the couple. And I was like, all right, well,
I'd be like this.
no, here's the problem. It's my friend's second wedding. And I was like, well, I don't know if I blessed the couple the first time.
Probably not.
So maybe it was my fault. So I'll go and bless the couple this time. I don't want to be the one that doesn't bless the couple.
You walked up there.
Yeah.
Like X-Men.
Yeah. Wakanda forever, baby.
What did you do when you got to the priest?
This.
And stood there? How long? Please.
I did. Well, I didn't know what I was supposed to do after putting my hands up. So
Hold on. Did you
Yes.
walk through the church like this? Or
no. So I walked up until I was like one person removed or one person back from the priest. Like there was one person between us. Then I got my arms ready like this.
Why
And
the
then-
arms? Why couldn't you just be like...
Well, I didn't know what to do after it.
Now
Because
what?
I think I was the only person that didn't take communion. So I was like the only
I
weirdo
can't believe you did this.
doing Wakanda forever. So I went up and like I made eye contact with the priest and I gave him one of these.
No, you did
I
not.
walked by.
You
I didn't
winked
know-
at him?
I kind of
That's a sin, I
did
feel like.
I did like a wink and a head nod all at the same time because I just didn't know what to do.
Well,
So my body just did everything at the same time.
First of all, so Christina, who I believe is Greek Orthodox,
Yes.
just said when they say things like that, I just don't get up, which would be the normal thing to do.
Which I wouldn't have if he didn't say you could also come up and bless the couple.
You could have been like this from your seat.
Yeah, I don't know. There was like
Instead, you just DMX'd. You should have been like, whoa.
D-Generation X, not DMX. DMX is a rapper.
Anything with an X is coming out right now.
So yeah, I did that. I did Wakanda forever. Gave him a head nod and a wink. And
You
then I
did
kept
not
yelling.
do this.
I did, I
You're
swear to God.
lying
I swear
to
to
me.
God.
The secondhand
I swear to God,
embarrassment.
that made me go like this.
The secondhand embarrassment that I have.
I didn't know what to do. And I think everyone there, like, because it was the church part, right? And it was in a church, so
Well,
it
yeah.
wasn't like everyone that was at the reception was at the church. So it was a very small group. It was maybe 50 people. And I was, I think, the only, like, non-practicing Catholic that walked
Or
into
everyone
that
just
place.
lied because
Or that, yeah.
I would be like, give me the wafer, I'm hungry, and I
Yeah.
haven't been to church in 4 years.
But that's the second time in a year that I've been told I can't take communion.
And that was at your own kind of church.
Well, so here in Seattle, if you weren't here this time last year for this story, because it's almost a year ago exactly, I was so in our church faith for the Syrian Orthodox. I don't know if this is what Catholics do too for Lent. Is you break your Lent by taking communion on either the Saturday or Sunday of Easter, depending on which mass you
Sounds
go
about
to.
right.
And I hadn't done anything for Lent in a long time, but my uncle, who was a priest, passed away like right at the beginning of
Yeah.
our Lenten season. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do the full church prescribed Lent,
Which for you
for
is?
Syrian Orthodox is full 40 days, or full, I think it's actually a little longer than 40 days, no animal products outside of fish. So you can't have eggs, chicken, butter,
Cheese.
milk, meat, none of that for the full length of Lent. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to do the right thing. And I started it about a week late when my uncle passed away. So we don't have a Syrian Orthodox church here in Seattle. At least there was one. There was one listed on a website, but then I looked up the address and it was just a house.
We have like 3 churches, period, in Seattle.
No, there's a lot of churches in Seattle.
It's like the second least religious city in America.
Yeah, by polling, but there's still a lot of churches in the Seattle area.
They're actually nightclubs.
They're nightclubs. But I actually, my dad was going to some church event that week, so he talked to our priest in New Jersey, who then called me and helped me figure out like what I could do, which was interesting because I'd never had a phone call with a priest that wasn't my uncle before.
When do you hang up and do
so
like bless
so he had heard of the priest who was listed on the church website in this random address. And he said, listen, I know this guy, or I know his son, and based on what I know about him, his whole mass, he's not going to do any of it in English if they're doing a mass. So you're probably not going to want to go there. Go to one of the Greek Orthodox churches.
Okay.
Similar enough, and they should let you take communion. And he said, you should probably email the guy to let him know you're coming. So
Which
I said,
is insane. So I remember you emailed the priest.
Yeah, so I emailed a priest that I had never met before. And I said, hey, this is my church in New Jersey. I'm Syrian Orthodox. I can't find a Syrian Orthodox church here. It's our Easter weekend. I'd like to go to your mass and take communion. And now I have already in my head, I've committed. I'm going to this church. And then he emailed me back the next morning and said, you're more than welcome to come here. We'd love to have you, blah, blah, blah. But you can't take communion because you're not baptized in this church or whatever.
I would have responded with unsubscribe.
So I went. If it wasn't
Couldn't they have baptized you? They'll give you a little dip.
A little one of these, a little flick of the wrist. So I went, and I just kind of hung out there until they gave out communion, and then I left, and I was like, all right, I think I've done all of the things I need to do.
Again.
And I'm going to now break my fast.
I can't. And here's the other thing. So what if you didn't do that and you just received communion?
Yeah, they wouldn't have known.
No.
They would have just been like, who's this weird guy that hasn't come to church in a long time? But I don't know. I was talking to my friend Stefan yesterday at the gym, who is Romanian Orthodox.
Oh.
They go to a church in like Northgate.
So he has same Easter as you.
Same Easter.
Cinco de Mayo.
So I might go as his like +1. And then we'll go to the church nightclub. And I'm going to ask him because I think his family has gone there for years and they probably know the priest. I say, hey, can you like do some recon for me?
He's a good guy.
Can I take communion on your Easter?
I hope that they do the thing where you have to get like baptized, receive communion, and confirmation all at once. Then they say, we have a new member, Anthony. We're going to do everything here.
They put me in a
do you
white
need a
robe?
godparent? I'll do it.
No, I don't. I think the church would burn down if you were a godparent at this point.
I have 2.
Yeah, but now like they don't want you because you're.
I have 2 godchildren.
And when was the last time you went to church? For their baptism?
The last time I went to a mass that wasn't someone dying.
Yeah.
Or a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
15 years ago.
Yeah, so I don't think our church is going to let you be a godparent.
And guess what?
What?
I am still a very spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to God. I talk to the dead people in my life all the time. And I don't have to be in a building sending them Venmo donations to do it.
That's right. Oh, yeah, the church. I sent Carla Marie a picture for the church that I went to in Patterson for this wedding. And I love it because people don't really have cash anymore, right? And when you give the collection basket, I've got to believe that over the last like 20 years, those collection baskets have gotten lighter and lighter. But they had barcodes, or QR codes, I should say, that scanned to the church's Venmo. And they had the sign in Spanish and the sign in English. And you could Venmo the church some money instead of the donation basket.
Listen, you want to go to a church and you want to feel closer to God that way, go wherever you need to go. National parks, when I go there and it's peaceful and quiet, I'm like, this is my church. Yeah. This is where I need to be. Everyone needs to have their own thing. Mm-hmm. But the idea of I'm a bad Catholic because I don't go sit in a building every Sunday is insane to me.
So here's the interesting argument I would make there.
Also, I'm not really in anything, I guess, at this point.
And that's the point. If the Catholic Church is allowed to set their standards, mm-hmm. which then dictate whether you are a good Catholic or a bad Catholic. Right. And you're allowed to not care. Right? If you're not going by the rules of that said organization, right? You could be a bad Jew, you could
So
be a
I'm
bad
just
Muslim,
no
you
longer.
could be a bad Catholic.
So now I'm not Catholic anymore. How does that work? I'm not.
I don't
anything?
know. You're baptized, right?
Baptized, communion, confirmation. I was a CCD teacher.
You're not confirmation, you're confirmed.
I was a CCD teacher.
And so I would say you're not a practicing Catholic anymore. You're no longer a
I'm
practicing
gonna put it on
Catholic.
my Instagram profile.
I don't know. Sawyer said, preach, Carla Marie. I'm in the church of Carla Marie right now. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
And that is how cults start. And then if you wait long enough, it becomes a religion.
Like, I'm not a bad person. I'm not. I'm not atheist. What does agnostic mean?
I think I think atheist means you don't believe there is a higher power. I think
that's-
agnostic means you believe there is a higher power. You might just not fully subscribe to a modern day religion.
That's
I think,
me.
right?
I
Agnostic
believe
is
there's
agnostic
afterlife.
is unsure, says Nara.
I do believe, and I think that there's an afterlife. I think their spirits get to do whatever the hell they want, heaven they want, fly around, go wherever, do things all the time. I can't wait. Well, like I can wait, but one day it'll be so nice to just be a spirit.
Maybe it won't.
That would suck.
I mean, there's a lot of options out there.
Where's the wood?
Careful, those lights were flickering before. I don't know what's going on.
But
Wakanda forever.
yeah, like
All right.
the fact that you were walking around the church like this,
And
I can't wait to tell my
that
mom.
that was the other part. I didn't know how long I was going to have to leave my arms up. Like, did I need to go leave my arms up like the whole time I was in line?
You should have. I guess they were like, you can't accept God at all. You need
I
to
think
block him out of you.
I think it's two parts. I think there is a shame part of it, right? Like, oh, you've got to walk up and we're all going to know you're not one of us. I do think that's part of like
See, I hate
the
that.
long-standing.
That's when I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Which is messed up.
And
I
you
think the
believe
other part
in the
is,
same God.
I mean, there are, when it comes to like world religions, there are small but significant differences between all of the different Christian faiths. Whether or not you believe, like one of the big ones is whether or not your specific faith believes that communion is either a representation of the body and blood of Christ or everything you've done to bless that wine and bread turns it into the body and blood of Christ. Right? So that's one of the deviations
Which
where the
that
church has split.
actually doesn't make sense because it's not physically the body.
Depends on what you believe.
But it's not. I'm looking at it. It's not Jesus' body. It's a wafer in a bowl.
Maybe, and I think Catholics believe it's a representation.
Yeah. So.
But there are faiths out there that believe it's turned into, and there are, like in our church, our communion doesn't look like yours. We don't have little wafers.
Well, I've been to some Catholic churches where it's the perfect circle. You know, they all order it from
Yeah.
the same place.
Yeah.
Some of them got the little stamp on it. Some of them are a little bubbly, and some of them are literally broken.
So we have a big piece of bread, which my uncle, when he
Bread?
was a priest,
Baked?
yeah, he used to bake it at home.
Wow, I've been missing out.
So
Do they
it-
give you butter, some little pink salt?
It's delicious. So my uncle when I used to go visit his house in Michigan, the way that our church works, and I feel like a lot of churches are like this, the priest usually lives very close to the church, right? And it's usually paid for by the church, their house.
Yes.
So my uncle lived on Lois Lane Ave, or Lois Lane. I don't know what I'm saying, adding an extra word to it. And it was behind his yard was the church. So every morning before Mass, he would bake a gigantic loaf of bread.
Your brother just said he used to steal the extra
And-
communion
and-
bread. I feel like that's a sin.
Yeah, no,
Times two.
but it was so good. And when my uncle found out that I really liked it, he would
Is there a
save
recipe?
he would save a little circle because they would bake like in circles.
Is it sourdough? Was he making the sourdough
No, he
stuff?
wasn't doing the Xbox bread. You ever see the Xbox logo is sourdough bread? So he would save it and like give me a little puck. It was like a little puck.
Do we have the family recipe?
I don't know.
Someone has to.
I wonder if my aunt did a lot of the cooking, his wife. I don't know if she did any of the church cooking.
Can you get the recipe?
I
would
can
like
try to find
make
it, though.
I can make it for your Easter.
I can try to find it.
You can have that, and I'll have tacos.
It's a good bread.
So if I went to your church, would I have to Wakanda forever, or could I try
don't
the
think
bread?
so. I don't know. I think you can try the bread. I could be your plus one, and you'd try like my bread. You know, I don't know how that works. I'd have to ask. Okay,
Dude,
moving on from
can't.
all
I
the.
could talk about this for. It's just so insane to me.
Let's move on to something even more horrendous than me having to go up in front of a whole church with the Wakanda Forever
I
sign.
can't. We are FaceTiming my mom immediately after the show and telling her the story.
I'm going to show you something on screen here that's going to give you nightmares.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Nope.
Damn
not
it,
the
where'd it
Christian,
go?
Christian nightclub?
No.
Yes.
Damn it, where did it go?
You had it up there yesterday.
I did, and now it's gone. Mother.
I can start telling about it.
Okay, yeah, start talking about it, and I'll put it on the screen.
All right. So, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, which they're now just
Oh, here it is.
a different name. Barnum and Bailey, whatever. They were the circus.
It's on the screen.
They had been around forever. Then they found out that they were abusing their animals and all that stuff. And they were like, okay, we won't have animals anymore. And then they went on like a 5-year hiatus.
Yeah, because they had to
between
figure out how
COVID
to...
and whatever.
They also have to figure out how to rework a whole circus without
Now,
lions and tigers
People-
and elephants and camels.
people flipping in the air, lighting themselves on fire, that's fine. You want to do it to an animal, it's another story. They weren't lighting
Well,
animals
they
on fire,
weren't
but whatever.
flipping elephants.
So now the new circus has people and a robot dog named Bailey. And it does tricks.
This thing is
But
horrifying.
Here's my thing.
Did they need to put an iPhone on its eyeballs?
I think it's a Samsung. I looked close, to be honest.
Probably worked better.
Why is it so, like,
It's disgusting.
no, but it's also small. If I'm going to a ginormous arena, make it big.
Yeah. I wonder if the mechanics of it don't work once you get to a certain size.
But also, why wouldn't you make it look like a real dog and be like, this is a robot?
I don't know.
It looks like a Muppet that went through the wash.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like someone who used to program children's shows
Got high.
went down like a really bad part of their life and then came back and tried to make this. That's what that looks like.
So I don't, because the arena that you see is empty, but there was like an interview that they did and there was a whole thing with it.
Yeah.
I think they're testing it. Like, I don't think it's officially a part of the show yet. I don't even know if the show is fully out, but that is Bailey.
Let's see. Oh, AMS said that
Oh,
the
they're-
show is in San Diego
all
right now.
Well,
We've got to talk to Erica, see if she's going to go to the circus.
she doesn't live there anymore.
Oh, no, she's
so-
in Utah now. I keep thinking she's still in San Diego.
That was a year ago.
Yeah.
Almost.
Jeez, that's crazy. It's been
No,
almost
not.
a year.
It'll be a year this summer.
All right, we'll have to talk to someone else in San Diego.
Okay, we got people.
Katie. Katie's in San
Katie's
Diego,
in
right?
San Diego.
So we'll talk to her and see if she's going to go to the circus and see this robot dog Bailey. Now, I'm going to have an unpopular opinion here.
No,
What?
we were going to say animals.
Yes. I think some animals do need to come back to the circus. Elephants, I don't think so. Just not because they're not magnificent.
But they shouldn't be traveling around the world in
Exactly.
trucks.
I don't know if like putting an elephant in the back of a trailer is the best thing for the elephant.
When they used to have the whole Sahara.
Yes. Maybe a couple camels,
No.
right? Because you can
no,
travel with those things like horses.
No.
You put them in a horse. We travel with horses in horse
I
trailers.
think
and
any
they're fine.
animal that is not regularly domesticated. You want to do a bunny show, a cat show, a dog show,
Well, this is what I was going to get to.
gerbils,
I think,
birds.
I think the house cats, because one of the most fascinating things I have ever seen in my entire life was when I went to the old school circus. I took 3 of my little cousins when it was at the Izod Arena in New Jersey. And yeah, they had they had all the big animals and the crazy circus tricks and whatnot. But the most fascinating thing I ever saw was the cat trainer who had a dozen domesticated cats,
I'm almost
small
there.
cats, that were listening to every command,
Yeah.
doing things in unison. There was like a little cat dance they did.
We're
side
almost
to
there.
Side. Fascinating. And I think that's incredible. Like that should be brought back because I don't feel bad. You put a couple of those guys in like a large crate, give them some room, feed them right, they're fine. I think that the little cats,
I think there's a lot of like, even in just the regular, the pet world in general, it's hard because you train your animals, right? But having them do tricks is, even at home, not seen to be the best. So,
why not?
okay, so for example, Petco. This
Okay.
is a fun little announcement. My cats are going to get to be in a Petco ad, not on TV, but on Instagram. We filmed some stuff for it, and then it's going to be like pushed out to the masses, and me and my cats are going to be whatever.
Okay.
But one of the rules were that I was not allowed to show them doing tricks in any of the videos.
Okay.
And that idea of an animal doing tricks for entertainment is considered to be not great.
So what if like your dog gives you its paw? That's a trick, right?
I don't know.
Even a dog sitting next to you calmly is a trick.
Well, that's the thing. It's
Right,
where's
it's
the difference
trained.
between being trained well
Yeah.
and doing like I can get Caroline and Erica and John to jump.
Now, I'm not saying you should like whip your animal to make it do tricks for you.
Well, I think that's a lot of like, how did you train them to do the tricks?
Yeah, but who are you to judge how I trained it? Like, what if I trained it with just treats? And animals love treats. Right? Like, I don't know if this, I understand the argument because I'm sure there's a non-ethical or violent way to train animals. I think it's a stretch to say that they're all trained in that manner.
I don't know. I just Vicky, by the way, said that the Ringling Brothers Circus was at Prudential Center,
Oh,
and the weird robot dog was there,
okay.
and all of the clowns did not wear makeup, and it was mainly a bunch of acrobatics and people doing tricks.
So it's kind of like a
show.
kid's version of like a Cirque du Soleil. Because Cirque du Soleil is a circus. It's just all human acrobats and weird feats of strength and whatnot. So that's what they're kind of going with.
But again, bringing
Do they have
animals-
juggling clowns?
Yeah.
They'd have to, right? It's a circus.
I'm sure you can juggle still.
Is juggling, are we too woke for juggling now?
But yeah, again, putting like if you think that it is okay to take an elephant in a truck across the country, come on. Like
Yeah,
looking
those-
back, like as a kid, I don't know. I'm sure I definitely thought it was sad sometimes that the elephants didn't get to be outside, but I wasn't really aware. And then I
Well,
got
if you
older.
ever watched Dumbo.
Yeah, and then I got older and I was like, this ain't great.
So I don't know if you remember this, but my dad used to drive me to work. You wouldn't remember my dad driving me to work. I'm getting to a point here. I don't think anyone here should remember my dad driving me to school, I should say. My dad would drive me to school and listen to like 1010 Wins all the time. So every morning I was just getting news reports, traffic and weather together on the 10s, all that stuff.
All the world in 2 minutes, or what is that?
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
And that's what it is.
That's their tagline. But I vaguely remember whenever the circus would come to Manhattan, whenever it would go down to the city, they would have to close the top level of the bridge, I believe, to bring all of these trailers with all of the animals safely into the city. And they would make the announcement.
But why would they close the bridge?
They'd have to close the top level of the George Washington Bridge, maybe for safety
And they would
concerns.
bring them down on the bottom or the top?
The top. Because they had these trailers that were filled with gigantic animals. And I don't know if maybe they
And
were
like
wider.
they swerved and fell into the Hudson and the elephant swimming around the Hudson?
I don't know if they were wider than most trailers or something. I don't know how you do that. Right? Does anyone else remember that? I think that was like an announcement they would make every year. Like, don't forget tonight, the top level of the bridge will be closed down because the circus is coming to town, or something along those lines. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I kind of want to be there. I want to see an elephant cross the bridge. It's wild.
Did you think that they were just walking across the bridge?
Oh, maybe it was a weight concern. Throw a couple elephants up there. But I mean, that bridge can hold multiple tractor trailers filled to the top with
Lead.
with lead. You think they're just shipping direct lead onto the island of Manhattan?
Maybe. Gold bars. What else do you put in trucks?
Does anyone else remember that
No.
in the
no
New
one
York,
remembers
New
that.
York, New Jersey area?
Oh, sound. Well, that was the other thing I thought about. Like, would it be super loud? But I guess they've just been on a. Like, think about being that big and just have to sit in a truck and not know anything.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of crazy.
not get to be separated from your family, not call them. Like, you have no communication.
You think that when
You got these
elephants,
big ears and you can't even use a phone.
you think elephants
I
when they're
can't. I'm gonna
separated
start crying.
are calling each other? Lisa said, I don't remember that. How many tons does an elephant weigh? Enough to break the ice.
That's
That's the polar bear joke.
yeah.
I did use that for a whole weekend in Boston.
Huh?
I was really drunk and my friends were,
Oh.
we were like 22 and we were just using that line.
Okay, elephants weigh between 2 and 7 tons, which is 4,000 to
Just-
14,000
Yeah, that's a lot.
pounds.
But I guarantee you a regular tractor trailer that goes across that bridge during the day is around that same weight.
Maybe.
Last thing we got to talk about today, Carla Marie.
Getting the list already. Link.
Last thing we got to talk about, I'm going to put the list back on the screen, is our group trip survey.
Okay, so the link I'm about to put in here
Yeah.
is what Anthony just said, a survey. It is not you signing up to go on this trip. It is
Yeah.
not you putting down money.
It's not a confirmation of any sort.
No, this is just proving to this company, hey, we have people that are interested.
Yeah. And what it also does, because it's going to ask you, I believe, for some available dates, what your budget is, things like that. It's going to
Save the link. You don't have to answer all the questions now.
Do it once we're done with the show. And we'll put it back up in a couple minutes as well. And it'll be in the description of this YouTube video if you're watching this later.
We have 2 weeks to do this.
Yeah, so we're going to be posting this on our socials. We'll be posting it here every day. What it's going to do is allow the company that we're going to work with to put this trip together to take all of the information, run it through whatever their algorithm is, and then it'll come back with, here are the top 3 most popular destinations according to your people. Here are the top 3 most available dates according to your community. All of those things. Here's the activity level that your community is interested in. Things like that, so that we can then make a better decision of what the final destination, final trip ends up being, and what we do on that
Maybe
trip.
we all just end up sitting at the Jersey Shore.
Hey,
Doing a Jersey house. That'd be so fun.
what?
If we just rented out a whole hotel at the Jersey Shore.
We could do like a post-prom party.
That's not allowed. It's
What?
blocked this year.
What's
You can,
blocked?
under like the age of 21 or 25 or something, you can't rent a home in Seaside during.
But I guarantee you parents are putting their names down.
No, I'm not putting my name down.
You're not a parent.
I
No
wouldn't.
one's asking you
I
to.
wouldn't. Anyway, no parent signature required. You have to be 18 or older, though, to go on our trip.
Yes. Is it 18? 18 or older. So yeah, hit that link at some point in the next 2 days. I believe if we get 100 people or more to fill out the survey, and they're like qualified, like they are over 18, they put in all of the requirements. What?
I thought it was 200 or more.
I think
Maybe
it's 100.
100. You're right.
As long as 100 or more people fill out this survey, we then get more options, I believe, that are available to us because we can
booking.
prove that we have like a larger group or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that doesn't mean 100 people have to go on the trip.
No.
Really, only I think a
8.
dozen.
Yeah.
A dozen people need to actually sign up once this is all set. 2 of those people would be us, I believe.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So it's not that many people that have to go, but it would be great to get as many people as we can because, this is an incredible community. And being able to spend some time in real life, IRL.
Yeah. Even if you think, I'm not going to be able to do this trip,
Who knows?
just
Maybe.
fill out the survey.
And the trip wouldn't be until 2025, right?
Yes.
We're
Correct.
looking at
February, March 2025.
around that time, 2025. So make sure you do it. This is not a
Oh,
sandals.
Erica and Martha did it already.
Sweet. Audi Swan is asking, is this a sandals collab?
No.
I don't believe sandals is part of this. Although, here's what's interesting. If this works well, right? If we do the trip, everyone has an awesome time. Let's say we get 20, 30 people to go on this trip. We can probably go to somewhere like Sandals and say, hey, we did this with this one company. Let's do it directly with you.
Yeah.
Let's all have a cool beach vacation. We'll do a couple of the excursions that they have through Island Routes. And we'll do it that way too.
Yeah.
That'll be our set. Because this is really to figure out if we can do this on a maybe yearly basis, right? Maybe there's an annual
It'd be so fun.
EMH community retreat.
Yeah.
And I know some people, I know Scotty has been able to meet Martha. I know Claire, I believe, has been able to meet Fred.
Yeah.
I don't know who else has all met, but this would be an awesome opportunity for
I'm so excited.
a lot of people to show up and hang out, have some drinks, do some fun things.
And we're going to wear matching outfits.
And you will also, by the way, have your alone time.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So maybe make sure you do that. I want to try something. I'm going to run one more ad break. We're going to play some games because the thing just came up because now we're at like an hour and a half and I want to run this and just kind of see what happens. So we'll be back in a second. And as you're playing, just remember we do have one thing we got to get into right after these ads play. So just stick around. And I am stuck. Cats. One more. What do we got? Oh no. Oh, what was it? I missed it. What was the word? What was the word? Was it Casa? All right, we are back. Hello.
Hi.
You good there, Carla Marie?
Mhm.
Who are you texting over there?
My niece
During work hours.
on her honeymoon.
Oh, is she having a good time?
Hawaii.
Is she going to join our trip?
She's thinking about it.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, when I told her about it, she was like, this sounds cool.
So, one thing we got to get to before we get out of here, right? We did the Seattle movie night. You can email us if you have any questions about that. hello@carlamarieandanthony.com. We did some of the mystery box reveals. If you missed it, you can go watch that back on YouTube.
Yeah.
Geriatric gymnastics. Carla Marie made it. She survived.
Then I'm going to, after I get good at gymnastics, I'm going to join the there's adult cheer team here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm going to be able to do some flips and stunts.
Would you say you survived or thrived?
I thrived.
Really?
Yeah. I would do better than you if you came to class.
I have zero doubt.
You would have the strength to pull yourself from the bar, but I don't think you would have the to be honest, the coordination, which is odd because
I don't. I would do terrible on like floor routine.
I really want you to
stuff.
come one day.
I'll go. I don't care. Like you don't think I would go?
I would love to see you stick it.
I don't care. Okay. Wholesome Nightclub. We also talked about that. The terrifying robot dog at the circus. Group trip survey. Can you put it in there one more time, Carla Marie?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
In case you didn't get the link earlier, you want it again, Carla Marie is going to put that link in the chat right now. Make sure you hit that so that we can get our 100 survey requests or whatever answers in there. Lastly, we are going to have some guests on the show on Thursday.
Oh, I'm glad you remembered this.
So we are going to have our friends from Fred Hutch again. So if you have questions, because this was great last time we had them on, we got to tackle a lot of health questions. And the last time it was more about diet, right? Eating for a fit and healthy life.
Or eating for whatever illness you have.
Yes. This time, it's not going to be about diets. It's more about genetics.
Yes, and how genetic testing is important. So I had mentioned to them off the show, like not when we were live, how my friend Sam from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show went and got a genetic test done and found out she has, she doesn't have the BRCA gene for breast cancer. She has
What does that mean?
That's the BRCA2 gene, where if you find out you have that, you basically get a mastectomy.
Oh, really?
She doesn't have that. She has another gene that basically she's more likely to get breast cancer. So now she's doing different things to change her diet. So
She probably has to get like not scanned. What's it called?
Yeah, she can get mammograms more
Yes.
often, things
Okay.
like that. So
What's the word? Not scanned.
test mammograms.
No,
Tested.
but what's that? Screened.
Screened.
There we
Oh
go.
my God.
Jeez.
So I mentioned that to them, and I was like, "Is that something we could talk about?" And they said, "Actually, yes, we have like a genetics expert. I'll have her full title when she's here. Her name is Cynthia, and we could talk about different things." So some of the topics we will be discussing, I'm going to read them off to you to help see if that like pings your brain a little bit
Okay.
on questions. Learning about clinical genetics and what that even means in general. How is that different than 23andMe? So I sent my 23andMe genetic report to her.
Oh, yeah?
So she may come on here and be like, "We got to talk."
Okay,
So
that's
something
cool.
off. What types of cancer could be linked to genetic factors? So like basically what's predetermined no matter, what you do and how to fix that. How can taking a genetic test help personalize prevention strategies? And are there people who should consider talking to a cancer geneticist? That is a fun word to say. So,
Geneticist.
if-
We couldn't even say geriatric today, so it's going to be fun.
It'll be a good time. So any of these questions, you don't have to put them in here right now, but feel free to email us, hello@carlamarieandanthony.com. I think it'll just be, we got to adult a little bit sometimes. So
And
we'll
if-
adult on Thursday.
If you want us to, we'll normally, as we read responses or emails, we will normally read out the person's name. If you want us to keep whatever you're asking confidential, just let us know in that email, and we'll probably respond to you and make sure we actually we have all your info anyway. So make sure you email us for any of those things, really. hello@carlamarieandanthony.com. If you ever have any questions or just want to pitch something that we can talk about, you can always email us, hello@carlamarieandanthony.com. Any last words, Carla Marie?
Wakanda forever.
It's actually an X that I have to hit here.